breaking news. He announces yesterday on his channel he's
Yep.
leaving City Kickboxing.
Yep.
He's splitting up with Eugene Behrman.
Yep.
Now, there's a lot of similarities, I think, between you and him. And there's other guys as well. Connor and John Kavanaugh.
Yep.
You and Matt Hume.
Yep.
Is he leaving Eugene? Now, in the past, they've talked about, we didn't see eye to eye, but they always figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
Were you surprised when you heard that Izzy was leaving?
I knew he was leaving way before you guys did.
Oh, damn.
When
did you know?
Shit. Probably maybe
I think he
2
said
weeks ago.
Okay.
2
He
weeks
gave
ago,
you the heads up.
Yeah, we talked off camera, and I said in the day, it's up to you as an athlete. Like, I don't know what their training is like. I don't know what Eugene's toolbox is, meaning that Matt can move like a boxer. Matt can throw high kicks. Matt can submit. I'm not saying Eugene can't fight, but Matt can do everything, like literally. Like, I've seen him beat up Rich Franklin when he was a world champion. I've seen him beat up Hayato Sakurai when he was high on his game. So Matt can do everything in mixed martial arts. Can Eugene, blast a double leg, drop down, go to X guard, and from X guard take the back, and then from the back do an arm bar? I don't know if that's in his toolbox. And if it's not in his toolbox, then his students won't have that in his toolbox. So maybe for Izzy, he wants to find somebody who can be able to give him that toolbox so he can continue to evolve as a martial artist.
Okay. Yeah. And so you're not necessarily surprised?
Am I surprised? Yeah, I guess you could say I'm surprised
it's
he's
just
leaving.
Because they have been together through everything, from
Absolutely.
kickboxing all the way to MMA, and he's on the back nine.
The Twilight, Twilight, yeah.
And so, to me, it's surprising to make the move now.
Yeah,
you don't often see this type of decision made this late in the story.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, you have to support somebody's decision. Mm-hmm. You can always ask him, like, why, and it's up to him if he wants to give you the honest opinion of why he wants to switch things up. But I think for Izzy, he is on the twilight of his career, and I think he knows that. And, he wants to switch things up. Things aren't, maybe he feels that he hasn't been evolving as an athlete.
No marriage is perfect. There's ups and downs.
Of course.
No relationship is perfect. I remember John Kavanaugh telling me before the Khabib fight, he hardly spoke to Conor.
Yep.
He said he would leave the gym, Conor would come into the gym.
Yep.
That's how sort of, different wavelengths they were on. Mm-hmm. Did you ever have that with Matt? Never.
No.
Never.
As an athlete, you have to understand your role in the place in your career, right? My role as an athlete and a student is to listen to my coach. My coach knows more than me. Once the athlete believes he knows more than a coach, then the relationship is fractured. My personal opinion. Don't get me wrong, are there times where Matt, see, this is why I love fucking Matt, because Matt be like, you need to pop, do this. And I'm like, fuck, I can't do it. He goes, sit down, fucking watch me, goddammit. And then he would get up and he would do it. And he would tell somebody, he goes, this is what I'm going to do to you. And then he would do it to them. And they couldn't stop it. And he goes, stop me. And he goes, I fucking can't. And he goes, that's what you need to do. And so that's what I had. Now, I can't say for what these guys had, but for me, that's when we would have friction a little bit. But once, if somebody says, man, I need you to dunk, and the coach can't fucking dunk, then you're going to, start to not believe him. But there hasn't been a time that Matt says you need to do this, and he could always do it, right? So for me, I've never went against my coach. I've never thought that I knew more than him. And then at the end of my career, he'd be like, hey, what do you think? Then he started, and that's when I started to get better. He was like, what do you think? And I was like, man, I just really think you can do this. He goes, well, let's work on that. And then I would work on that. And then he goes, okay, let me add a little more spice to it. And then, so for me, I think an athlete needs to understand you need somebody who's going to be able to guide you. If you don't have somebody that if you don't have somebody that can guide you and you don't believe in his guidance, then I feel you're missing out. Find that person who can guide you.